5 inevitable changes that every person faces after 80. Still, here's the truth no one talks about. Aging doesn't have to mean weakness. In fact, if you understand what really happens inside your body after 80, you can stay strong, sharp, and full of life for many more years to come. In this video, we'll uncover 5 inevitable changes that every person faces after 80, and more importantly, how you can turn each one into your advantage. Because aging isn't the end, it's an awakening. So stay with me till the end. Every second of this video could help you, or someone you love, live not just longer, but better. This is Senior Point, where wisdom meets wellness. Let's begin. Aging is a journey few prepare for, not because we fear the years, but because we underestimate their quiet wisdom. When the calendar turns past 80, the body begins to speak in a softer language. The joints whisper, the heartbeat slows its rhythm, and memories sometimes drift like autumn leaves in the wind. But hidden inside these changes is something powerful, the body's way of showing where it still wants to heal, strengthen, and adapt. Most people believe that after 80, decline is inevitable. But that's not the full story. Yes, change is certain, but how those changes shape your life depends on the choices you make today. This is the decade of awareness, when strength isn't measured by muscles, but by habits, mindset, and purpose. It's about reminding your muscles every day that they still have work to do, and that your body still values strength. The gradual loss of muscle power. One of the first and most visible shifts after 80 happens deep within, the quiet fading of muscle fibers, known as sarcopenia. It's not sudden, it's a slow retreat. Climbing stairs feels heavier, lifting groceries seems harder, and sometimes even getting out of a chair takes more effort than it used to. By the age of 80, most adults have lost about 30 to 50% of their muscle mass compared to their younger years. But here's what many don't realize. Muscle doesn't disappear because it must. It fades because the signals that tell the body to grow strong become less frequent. And every signal matters. Every step, every stretch, every small act of resistance is a message to your body that strength is still needed. Research shows that even gentle resistance exercises, using a light dumbbell, a resistance band, or even body weight, can rebuild muscle fibers in people well into their 90s. The human body never stops listening to effort. A few minutes a day is all it takes to awaken dormant strength. Walking slowly around the house after each meal, squeezing a stress ball while watching television, or simply rising from a chair 10 times in a row. These small signals create enormous change. Nutrition also plays a role. After 80, the digestive system becomes less efficient at absorbing protein. That means the same bowl of soup or cup of yogurt provides less building material for muscles than it once did. So adding an extra egg, a few spoonfuls of lentils, or a small serving of cottage cheese can make a noticeable difference. The key isn't perfection, it's consistency. It's about reminding your muscles every day that they still have work to do, and that your body still values strength. The second change, the heart's quiet adaptation. After 80, the heart doesn't weaken. It adjusts. It beats slower, with less pressure, conserving energy in a rhythm it's refined over a lifetime. But that adjustment often leaves people feeling more tired, more easily winded, or even dizzy after mild exertion. This happens because the heart's ability to pump oxygen-rich blood decreases slightly each decade. Imagine the body as a large orchestra. The heart is the conductor, and the blood vessels are the musicians. Over time, the conductor's gestures slow, but the music continues, just with a softer tempo. Many interpret this as aging's decline, but in truth, it's an invitation to create a new rhythm of movement, one that's gentler, steady, and kind. Regular low-intensity activity is the heart's best ally. A slow walk in the morning sunlight, a few minutes of gardening, gentle dancing to your favorite song. These aren't just hobbies, they are medicine. Movement stimulates circulation, enhances oxygen flow, and keeps arteries flexible. Each time you move, you tell your heart, I still need you to be strong. Breathing deeply also becomes essential. After 80, many people take shallow breaths without realizing it. Deep, controlled breathing, inhaling through the nose, exhaling slowly through the mouth, can lower blood pressure, reduce anxiety, and even improve sleep quality. It's a natural rhythm reset. A simple practice that requires no equipment, no cost, and yet brings profound results. A moment of reflection. At 80, every heartbeat, every breath, every movement becomes more precious. Not because time is short, but because awareness is deeper. Each step reminds you of the journeys you've already taken. Each meal, each sunrise, each conversation with a loved one becomes part of your strength. The goal isn't to resist change. It's to move with it, to understand the wisdom your body is offering. Because behind every wrinkle, every slower step, there's a story of endurance, survival, and quiet power. the emotional core of strength. Science can explain the mechanics of aging, but not the courage it takes to embrace it. Those who thrive past 80 share one hidden trait: resilience born from acceptance. They don't fight aging, they cooperate with it. They listen to their bodies and respond with kindness, not frustration. Strength at 80 isn't about lifting weights. It's about lifting your own spirit each morning. It's about choosing hope over fear, curiosity over doubt, movement over stillness. Because the truth is simple: the body may age, but vitality is a choice renewed daily. And with the right habits, you can keep that vitality glowing long after 80. Understanding the body's subtle signals after 80. By the time the body reaches 80 years and beyond, its wisdom speaks in the language of subtlety. The changes are no longer loud or dramatic, they're whispers. A moment of blurriness when reading fine print. A pause to catch balance while standing up. A small crackle in the knees that reminds you of the years you've walked with courage. These are not signs of weakness. They are signs of living, of a body that has served faithfully through storms, celebrations, and countless silent mornings. Yet, understanding these whispers allows you to support the body before the signals grow louder. Because aging gracefully doesn't mean avoiding change, it means adapting wisely. The third change: vision and sensory decline, when the world softens its edges. Around the age of 80, the eyes begin to undergo predictable shifts. The lens that once adjusted effortlessly to light and distance becomes less flexible. Colors fade slightly, contrast dulls, and reading at night feels harder than before. For many, hearing also begins to dim, making voices blend softly with background noise. To some, these changes feel like losing touch with the world. But in truth, they are the body's gentle reminder to slow down, to observe not just with the eyes and ears, but with awareness. Physiologically, these changes occur because the tiny cells responsible for detecting light and sound gradually decrease in sensitivity. The retina, the delicate lining at the back of the eye, becomes thinner. Blood flow to the inner ear and optical nerves may lessen slightly. These are natural parts of the aging process. Yet just as the body adapts, so can you. Simple, consistent habits can preserve vision, sharpen sensory awareness, and protect the nerves that connect you to the world. Supporting eye health with nourishment and light. The eyes are among the most energy-demanding organs in the body. Even when you're resting, they consume oxygen and nutrients at a rate higher than almost any other tissue. That's why diet plays such an important role in keeping vision clear beyond 80. Foods rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, such as spinach, kale, broccoli, and egg yolks, help filter harmful blue light and protect retinal cells. Studies from age-related eye research programs have shown that consistent intake of these nutrients slows down macular degeneration, a common cause of vision decline in older adults. Equally important are omega-3 fatty acids, which support the tear film that keeps eyes moist and reduces dryness, a common discomfort after 80. You can find omega-3s in salmon, flaxseed, and walnuts, or through gentle supplements approved by a healthcare provider. Sunlight also plays a crucial role. 10 to 15 minutes of early morning light stimulates the release of serotonin and balances the body's internal clock, which, in turn, improves sleep and reduces eye fatigue. It's not about staring at the sun. It's about letting light touch your morning. A gentle walk outdoors, eyes blinking softly in natural light, can do wonders for both mood and vision. Preserving hearing and balance. Hearing connects us to life, to laughter, conversation, and music. After 80, many find that high-pitched sounds fade first, or that background noise becomes harder to separate from voices. This isn't just an ear issue, it's a brain connection issue. The auditory nerves become slower at transmitting information, and the brain's sound processing centers adapt accordingly. To keep this system sharp, stimulation is key. Listening to soft music, engaging in conversations, or even gentle ear exercises, like focusing on different sounds in the environment, keeps neural pathways active. If you notice consistent ringing or difficulty hearing, professional hearing evaluations can make a big difference, not just in hearing, but in confidence and social well-being. Isolation is one of the most harmful effects of sensory decline. Staying connected, even through small daily interactions, helps maintain mental and emotional health. Person in lotus position, protecting sensory nerves through movement and calm. Balance is the silent partner of vision and hearing. It relies on the brain, the inner ear, and the feet, all communicating in harmony. When one weakens, the others must compensate. Practicing balance exercises for a few minutes a day strengthens this connection. Simple routines like standing on one foot with support nearby, walking heel to toe, or practicing slow Tai Chi movements can dramatically reduce the risk of falls. Gentle meditation also helps. Calming the mind enhances focus, which directly improves sensory perception. When stress hormones decrease, blood flow to the eyes, ears, and nerves improves, keeping them healthy and alert. In the quiet moments of breath and balance, your body remembers its own rhythm. That memory, nurtured daily, becomes your greatest shield against sensory decline. The fourth change, bone density decline, the foundation of strength. Bones are more than structure. They are the body's living archive. Every step, every movement, every fall avoided over the decades is recorded in the density of your skeleton. After the age of 80, bone renewal naturally slows. The cells that build bone, osteoblasts, begin to work more slowly, while the cells that remove old bone, osteoclasts, continue their steady pace. The result is gradual thinning, particularly in the hips, spine, and wrists. This change is inevitable, but its impact is not. Because bones respond to one thing above all: pressure. Even gentle impact tells your bones, stay strong. We still need you. Research shows that weight-bearing movements, like walking, light stair climbing, and even mild strength training, can improve bone density even in people well into their 90s. The key is gentle repetition and consistency. The mistake many make after 80 is avoiding movement out of fear of falling. But the less you move, the more fragile bones become. The more you strengthen them with safe, steady motion, the less risk you face in everyday life. Sunlight, vitamin D, and the circle of renewal. Vitamin D is the unsung hero of bone health. It helps the body absorb calcium, the main mineral that gives bones their strength. After 80, the skin produces less vitamin D from sunlight, so it's important to get moderate exposure or supplements as recommended by a doctor. A few minutes of early sunlight on the face and arms each morning can make a world of difference. Combined with calcium-rich foods like dairy, sesame seeds, almonds, and leafy greens, this simple habit builds a foundation of resilience. Magnesium and vitamin K2 also play roles often overlooked. Magnesium helps convert vitamin D into its active form, while K2 guides calcium to the bones instead of letting it settle in arteries. This trio, D, calcium, and K2, acts like a construction team that keeps your skeletal frame solid and flexible. The importance of posture and movement. Posture changes subtly with age. The shoulders curve forward, the spine compresses slightly, and balance shifts. These are natural, but with gentle stretching, breathing, and posture awareness, much of it can be improved. Simple actions, like sitting tall, aligning your head over your shoulders, or lifting your arms above your head once every hour, keep spinal muscles active and support the bones of the back and neck. One of the most underrated exercises for bone and joint health is walking with awareness. Each step strengthens not only the legs, but the hips, ankles, and back. When walking, lift the chin, swing the arms naturally, and let the rhythm of the body guide you. This stimulates circulation, maintains joint lubrication, and strengthens both muscle and bone in harmony. Speech balloon, a gentle reminder about fear and freedom. Fear of falling is one of the greatest barriers to movement after 80. But fear itself increases frailty. It limits confidence, posture, and mobility. The secret is preparation, not avoidance. Keeping walkways clear, using support handles where needed, wearing shoes with soft grips, and ensuring good lighting at home all reduce risk. But even more powerful than safety tools is mindset. When you move with intention and awareness, you teach your body balance again. And that awareness brings back the confidence that many lose with age. Sunrise, the inner message of change. Vision and bone health may seem like physical topics, but they carry an emotional message too. Both remind us of stability, of how we see the world, and how we stand within it. After 80, the world doesn't shrink, it simply changes focus. What once seemed urgent becomes quiet. What once felt ordinary, a conversation, a walk, a meal shared, becomes profound. In that awareness lies the greatest health secret of all. Gratitude strengthens more than any supplement ever could. When you wake each morning with a spirit of appreciation for your body, your memories, and the chance to move again, you activate the very systems that keep you alive and well. Because the human body, even after 80, is designed for resilience. It listens to love, responds to care, and rebuilds through hope. Staying strong, healthy, and hopeful beyond 80. 4. The emotional shift from isolation to connection. As we cross 80, one of the most profound changes happens not in the body, but in the heart. Many seniors describe it as a quiet, invisible weight, a loneliness that creeps in when routines slow down, when the phone rings less often, when old friends move away or pass on. But here's what science and life tell us. Connection heals. Aging gracefully isn't just about nutrition and medicine. It's about relationships, purpose, and emotional health. Studies from Harvard's 85-year adult development study found that strong social connections are the single biggest predictor of long life and happiness, even more than diet, exercise, or wealth. When you share laughter, conversation, or even a simple meal with someone you care about, your brain releases oxytocin and serotonin, hormones that combat stress, boost immunity, and even protect the heart. That means every warm handshake, every shared cup of tea, every smile exchanged, it's medicine. Powerful invisible medicine. Staying connected at 80 plus doesn't have to be complicated. Call a friend every day. Join a local walking group. Volunteer. Your wisdom is priceless. Or simply spend time with grandchildren. Listen to their world and share yours. Human touch and companionship are vital nutrients for the aging soul, just as calcium and protein are for the bones. The spirit's evolution, embracing purpose and peace. By the time we reach 80, something remarkable happens. The noise of life quiets. The race for success, recognition, or possessions begins to fade, and a deeper, calmer purpose begins to rise. This isn't decline, it's transformation. In fact, many neuroscientists believe that as we age, our brain becomes better at filtering what truly matters. The amygdala, the emotional center, becomes less reactive to negativity. That's why older adults often report feeling more gratitude, contentment, and peace than younger people, even while facing physical challenges. But purpose doesn't end at 80. It simply changes shape. Maybe it's nurturing a garden, mentoring a younger person, helping a neighbor, or writing down your life lessons for your family. Purpose doesn't need applause. It just needs presence. Each day, when you wake up, ask yourself, what small act of love or learning can I give the world today? That question keeps the heart young, the brain sharp, and the soul light. The hidden strength of the aging mind. Contrary to popular belief, aging minds don't necessarily grow weaker, they grow wiser. Research from Yale and Stanford found that older adults have higher emotional intelligence and better pattern recognition for life's complex situations. That means you can see problems more clearly, handle conflicts with calm, and find peace where others find panic. The brain, even in its 80s, can continue to rewire itself through new experiences, a phenomenon called neuroplasticity. Every time you learn a new skill, practice gratitude, or even take a new route on your walk, your brain grows new connections. So never believe that age closes the door on growth. It opens new doors, slower perhaps, but deeper and wiser. The physical foundations of longevity. At this stage, keeping your body strong is less about perfection and more about consistency. Gentle movement, nourishing food, and mindful rest are the pillars that sustain your vitality. Move every day. Even 20 minutes of walking or light stretching improves circulation, joint flexibility, and balance. Eat with wisdom. Favor colorful vegetables, clean protein, and healthy fats like olive oil or nuts. Avoid processed sugar, it accelerates aging. Sleep with intention. A calm bedtime routine, dim lights, light music, deep breathing improves your body's repair process. Stay hydrated. Even mild dehydration in seniors can cause fatigue, confusion, or dizziness. Breathe deeply. Oxygen is your body's quiet healer. Every slow, full breath sends life to your cells. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing small things consistently. Aging is not the end. It's an awakening. There's a beautiful truth hidden within every wrinkle, every silver hair, every slower step. It's the mark of a life well lived, of lessons learned, of love given and received. Reaching 80 isn't the sunset, it's the golden hour. The time when your experiences blend into wisdom, your pace becomes peace, and your presence becomes a gift to others. When you take care of your body, mind, and spirit, you don't just live longer, you live deeper. You move from surviving to thriving, from fearing the future to embracing the present. So to everyone in their 80s, and to everyone who loves them, remember, aging is not a loss. It's a reward. You've made it this far, not by chance, but by strength, resilience, and grace. And the best part, your story isn't over. It's just becoming richer, calmer, and more meaningful than ever before. Closing thoughts. Take each day as a new opportunity to smile, to learn, to walk, to breathe, to connect. Don't count the years. Count the moments that make you feel alive. Because at 80 and beyond, life is no longer about how fast you move. It's about how deeply you live. Your body changes, yes, but your strength, your wisdom, and your spirit, they grow brighter with every passing year. Stay strong, stay kind, and never stop discovering the power within you.